Hello everyone, my name is Chip, and as I'm sure some of you have noticed, there have been a fair few comments recommending I play Yorion Taxes decks. But I've got to be honest, I'm pretty firmly in the camp that the 20 additional cards hurts the deck more than Yorion helps the deck. Yorion is not the only reason people have tried running more than 60 cards in a modern deck, and I doubt it'll be the last. The decks that are doing quite well with Yorion have an awful lot of redundancy, which unfortunately Taxes just doesn't have. Years and years ago, when the world was young and so was I, there was a bit of a discussion going back and forth in the Burn community, as some argued you should be running a 60 card modern deck and others argued that a 61 card modern deck gave them the perfect ratio between spells and lands. The only reason the 61 card variant of Burn could have been correct was because Burn has a lot of redundancy. There are plenty 2 mana deal 3 damage with upside Burn spells in Modern. The issue with Yorion in Death and Taxes is we don't have that level of redundancy. There's no effective substitute for a 5th copy of Aether Vial, Stoneforge, or Giver of Runes. So today I'm doing an experiment for science. I'm playing a Yorion-inspired list without actually playing Yorion. How am I achieving this? Well, I'm running 3 OBS in a 60 card list. Now, I've been informed by a friend of mine who's a math scientist wizard lizard thing that running 3 copies of a card is the same ratio as running 4 copies in an 80 card list. See how I've re-mentioned the ratio thing after mentioning it with the Burn deck? That way I didn't overload your brain with information trying to bring up this new concept of ratios and you'd be able to handle it. We call that effective writing. Subscribe for more. So yes, today I'm going to be playing a 60 card deck with a bunch of 3 OBS, so we have the same ratio as if I was running a Yorion deck. But if you're running a bunch of 3 OBS, which is the same ratio as running a Yorion deck, why not just run a Yorion deck? Well, that's because earlier on I did say that there's no substitute for Aether Vial, Stoneforge, or Giver of Runes. So, as a bit of a compromise, I'm running 4 of each of those in our main deck of 60 cards, which, if we were running a Yorion deck, is the same as running carry the 1. So it's the equivalent of running 5 1/3 copies in a Yorion list. So those of you who think that we should be running an 80 card Yorion list because we have more diverse answers to our opponent's threats, and those of you who say we should be running a 60 card list because it allows us to be more consistent, hopefully I've made both of you happy. But why don't you just run Yorion, I hear you ask? Well, I feel if Yorion was good enough, we could probably find a spot for it in the main deck. I didn't. Anyway, I'll put a full deck list down in the description down below, and if you're enjoying this video, please be sure to leave it a like. That lets me know there's more of the content you'd like to see, and how's about we get on with some games? Alright, round 1, we've won the die roll. Yeah, we can keep this one. Let's play Horizon Canopy and run out Esper Sentinel. Pass the turn there. Urza's Power Plant. Good old Tron. Alright, they play a Chromatic Sphere. They let us draw. We get the Ghost Quarter as well. Alright, let's play Ghost Quarter, run out Thalia, go to combat, swing in for 1. They take it down to 19, pass the turn. Urza's mine. They pass. Flagstones, great pickup. Let's play Flagstones, go to combat, swing in for 3, take it down to 17. Let's run out Aether Vial, put a stop in our opponent's draw step, pass the turn there. Let's take out the mine. Opponent didn't tap it to crack the Chromatic Sphere. Interesting. Now they crack the Chromatic Sphere. Suppose if they had a sorcery to follow up, they didn't want to waste the mana. Ancient Stirrings costs all their mana, so we get to draw a card. Field of Ruin, hello. Hello, little one. All is dust. Okay, is it Eldrazi Tron then? Well, counter on our Aether Vial. Can't be Eldrazi Tron. They're running forests, not wastes. Oof, interesting. So they're a few turns away from doing anything nasty, so I'm going to Ambitious Farmhand now, get the plains. I can play the plains, go to combat, swing in for 3. They take it down to 13, pass the turn there. Opponent plays a Sylvan Scrying, we get to draw another card, another land, very good. They do get an Urza's Mine. Well, go to our turn, Aether Vial ticking up. Well, let's go to combat, swing in for 4. They take it down to 9, play the Field of Ruin and pass. We'll take out the mine, get ourselves a plains. Blast Zone from our opponent, cast an Expedition map. They pay the 1, they do, and they crack the map. Getting another Urza's Mine to hand. Okay, well, let's go to our turn. Aether Vial will tick up to 3. Another Esper Sentinel. Let's play Horizon Canopy. Is there anything we can do to increase the clock here? Not really. Let's go to combat. Big swing. Hit them down to 5. Run out another copy of Esper Sentinel. Let's run out of Skyclave. Nothing underneath. Go to the end step. Aether Vial in. Flickerwisp. Take out the power plant. Pass the turn there. All right, game 1 taking down Tron. Very happy with that. Let's bring in the Aven Mindcensors over the Skyclaves. I think that's right. No. Over the Brutal Cathars, maybe. Run it back like that. Yeah, we're going to keep this one. Urza's Tower. Into a Chromatic Sphere. And they pass to us. Plains, good top deck. Into an Aether Vial. Pass the turn there. They crack the Chromatic Sphere for green. Play an Urza's Mine. And Sylvan Scrying, getting a power plant to hand. Okay, Aether Vial ticking up. Field of Ruin as well. Well, Ghost Quarter, Aether Vial, pass. In their draw step, go after the mine. They play the power plant. Expedition map. Okay, well, this Field of Ruin might be too slow. Aether Vial's ticking up. Let's play Horizon Canopy. Let's let them go to their end step. Yep, they're cracking the map. Let's scare them a little bit. Aether Vial on 2, but it's only a Thalia. All right. They do have the mine. Dismember. Okay, I'm fine with that. Do they not have a big payoff? Okay, that is a frustrating payoff, I won't lie. They are going tutoring though. Walking Ballista. Interesting. They play an Ancient Stirrings. Emrakul the Promised End. Interesting. No idea what's going on with their deck, but sure. Well, we're going to tick up both our Aether Vials as it is just good form. I think it's just a Field of Ruin turn. Let them go to their draw step. Take out that mine. Get ourselves a Plains. Pass the turn there. All right, they're ticking down the Karn. Liquid Metal Coating. And they play it. And they have a Forest. And they run out the Walking Ballista, but only for X equals 1. Let's go to our turn. Aether Vials. Just Liquid Metal Coating a land now. Okay, just keep the Aether Vials where they are. Skyclave. Well, let's run out Ambitious Farmhand. Get ourselves a Plains. Play the Plains. Pass the turn there. All right, they're disabling one of our lands. Yep, blowing it up. Chromatic Star. They crack it. Sylvan Scrying. All right, that's the Tron land coming down. Counters on the Walking Ballista. Okay, I can handle that. Sure, shoots the Ambitious Farmhand. That's fine. Just swinging in for 1 as well. No worries. Let's go to our turn. Keep the Aether Vials where they are. Stoneforge 2. All right, Skyclave. Come on down. Target the Karn. Okay, Karn is down. Whatever we Aether Vial in, they're going to be able to Walking Ballista it. They'd have to pay mana for that. Activate Aether Vial on 3. Flickerwisp. Target the Walking Ballista. Yep, fair exchange. They take ours, we take theirs. Just pass the turn there. Another Tron land. Okay, so that's the Emrakul. So they're going to get a turn, then we're going to get a turn. So we need a Stoneforge now. Get the Kaldra. All right, now our opponent's going to have our turn. Get to sabotage our vials, ticking them both up. Okay, we get an Esper Sentinel. Swinging in, makes sense. Just eats our Stoneforge. Passes to our turn. Okay, keep one Aether Vial on 3. Turn the other one up to 5 in case we hit Solitude. We did not. I think it's Solitude or bust here, so let's crack the Horizon Canopy to draw Stoneforge. I think we can wait one more turn. Let's just run out the Aether Vial, pass the turn. Ugin, and that's going to do it. Not fast enough, but now we're on the play. They're running Karn, so Spellskite gets worse. Do we bring in a couple more Brutal Cathars? Think so. Run it back like that. Let's go first. Sure. Plains and pass. There's this power plant, and they also pass. Let's run out Flagstones. Search up a Plains. It's got to be Stoneforge here. Get the Sword of Fire and Ice and pass. Opponent had the Dismember. Yep. Has a mine and the Chromatic Sphere. Let's go to our turn. Flickerwisp. Okay, let's run out Thalia. Run out Ghost Quarter. Pass the turn there. In their draw step, let's go after the mine. They get a Forest. Crack the Chromatic Sphere. They have the Tower and the Sylvan Scrying for the last mine. Go to our turn. Ghost Quarter. Is that more or less helpful? We're not doing this. We're not doing anything this turn anyway. So Field of Ruin. Go to combat. Swing in. Take it down to 14. Go to them. Take out the power plant. Get ourselves a Plains. Opponent plays the mine and an expedition map. Okay, that was a strip mine. Okay, strip mine mode engaged. No, let's just go to combat. Swing in for 2. They take it. Flickerwisp. Target a Plains. Ghost Quarter. Go to the draw step. Take out the mine. Yep, now they crack the map, getting themselves another copy of mine. Play the mine and Ancient Stirrings. That's the power plant. All right, please be kind to us, deck. Yep, that's pretty kind. Go to combat, swing in. Now, for those of you unfamiliar, when Flickerwisp flickers something, it comes back at the end step. But if Flickerwisp enters during the end step, the permanent doesn't come back until the next end step. So we Flickerwisp Flickerwisp, our own Flickerwisp. Our Flickerwisp comes back in the end step. We target the mine, and now it won't come back during their turn until their end step. And given most of their big bombs are sorcery speed, I'm not too worried. All right, they play the power plant, and there we go. All right, they had us in game 2, but I'm really happy with how that went. Double Flickerwisp for the win. Great. All right, we've won the die roll. Let's go first. Let's keep. It's decent enough. No 1-drop, but that's okay. It's Plains and Pass. Inspiring Vantage, so it's Burn. Okay, well, we've got the Batterskull in hand. Mishra's Bauble, so Aspiring Spike's life total control, probably. Okay, they swing in for 2. We're going to take it. Do we reveal a land? We do. Another Flagstones. Not bad. Let's go to our turn. Play Flagstones. Run out Stoneforge Mystic. Just get the sword here. Pass the turn there. Inspiring Vantage from our opponent. Swings in for 2. Yep. We have an Aether Vial on top. We'll take 2. Down to 16. Skewer the critics on our Stoneforge. And a Suspended Rift Bolt. Okay. Let's just tap both our lands. Play the Flagstones. Keep the untapped Flagstones. Search up a Plains. Run out Sword of Fire and Ice, because any creature we play will get eaten by that Rift Bolt. Pass the turn there. Now, our opponent's in the awkward position where if they tap out, we can play our Stoneforge and equip the Sword of Fire and Ice to it, guaranteeing the Batterskull. All right, Rift Bolt domes us for 3. Arid Mesa, another Goblin Guide. They swing in for 4. Spellskite on top. Okay, love it. Love it. Let's play Field of Ruin. Let's run out Spellskite. And it's cracking the Arid Mesa. Boros Charms, 4 damage to us. Okay, well now let's run out the Stoneforge. Get the Kaldra, and then we'll just pass the turn there. Opponent plays a Bauble, cracks it, swings in with both, Giver of Runes. Okay, well, I'd say we block both here because we're going to cast the Batterskull anyway. What did our opponent just do? They just put Loris to hand? Yes, they did. So they draw another card, play a Ghost Quarter, run out the Batterskull, pass the turn. 3 cards in hand, 1's a Loris. We could be very dead here. Double white. And they scoop it up. Okay. Got there. Game 1 against Burn. That's great. Now we get the Sanctifiers, the Burrentons, which I think we want over Farmhands. Cut an Aether Vial, a Kaldra. Could run Dranniths as well because they're suspending stuff. Just let it go, hey. Let it go. I'm actually going to go down to 2 vials, I think. Yeah, okay, 2 vials. Say this one's a keep. I'm going to play Sacred Foundry. Untapped. Monastery Swiftspear. Plays a Bauble. Swings in for 3. We will take it. Let's go to our turn. Would love a Plains. That was pretty good. Plains. So do we go Vial here? And then next turn we can play Burrenton Vial in the Giver of Runes. And then Stoneforge with Giver of Runes protection. Yeah. I don't think we're dead this turn. So Aether Vial. Pass. Goblin Guide. Big swings. Our top card is Sword of Fire and Ice. Okay. Well, they're stuck on 1 land. So a Thalia in the next few draws might help seal this up. Activate our Aether Vial. Let's play Ghost Quarter. We could Stoneforge now. Protect it with Burrenton as a surprise. Nah, it's just Burrenton. Pass the turn. Opponent Lava Spikes us. Okay. Swings in. Top card is land. Not bad. Let's block the Swift Spear, just in case they got a 0 mana spell. End step. Activate the Aether Vial. Give Runes into play. Go to our turn. Aether Vial ticking up. And opponent scoops it up there. All right. Pretty happy with that. Yeah, we were just really well set up against Burn. Round 3 and we've lost the die roll. Versing a Yorion pile, it looks like. Yeah, this is a pretty good hand. So we'll keep our hand. They've kept their 7. Took them a minute to decide though. They play a Windswept Heath and they crack it. Snow-covered forest. An abundant growth. Okay, let's go to our turn. Flickerwisp is nice. Let's run our Giver of Runes off our Horizon Canopy. Pass the turn there. Prismatic Ending on the Giver of Runes. Okay. Flooded Strand. And they pass. Okay. Flagstones. Stoneforge. Let's get the Kaldra. We've already got the sword as a backup equipment if they kill it. Pass the turn there. They crack the Flooded Strand. Get the Rawgrim Triumph. They play an Arid Mesa. They crack it. Temple Garden. Untapped. Just getting Yorion to hand. Okay. Solitude. Takes out our Stoneforge. Fair enough. Let's go to our turn. Let's play Field of Ruin. I want to go for... what do I want to do? Flickerwisp. Flicker their land. Yeah. Take them down some colors. It's not great, but it's okay. Pass the turn there. Opponent puts a Spreading Seas on our Flagstones. Okay. Plays a Sacred Foundry. Tapped. Just passes. Okay. Another Field of Ruin. Not bad. So let's go to combat. Attack them. Let's hit that Rawgrim Triumph. Get ourselves a Plains. Then we could hit Ghost Quarter, which means they don't get a redraw off the Spreading Seas when they play Yorion. I think I'm just going to play Field of Ruin and pass, because then we get to equip the sword if they just Yorion and pass. Windswept Heath. They crack it. Stomping Ground. Fury. Okay, Fury hurts. Yep. Fury takes out the Flickerwisp, and then they're going to be able to blink it with Yorion as well if they like. Gross. Solitude certainly changes some of that maths though, doesn't it? Should just do it now. Okay. Pass the turn. Expressive Iteration. Okay. Renin 6. Annoying, but fine. Targets the Triome. Plays a Flooded Strand. Cracks it immediately. Hallowed Fountain. Untapped. Spreading Seas on the Ghost Quarter. They don't want us blowing up their lands. I see. Well, maybe we don't have to. Maybe we can just take them out with this sword. Sword of Fire and Ice. Equip it to the Solitude. Swing in for 5. Just dome them for 2. Run out an Esper Sentinel. Pass the turn. Next turn, Kaldra's coming down, opponent. Omnath. Okay. They can gain some life and draw a card. Get back a fetch land with Renin 6. They play it. Yep. So now they gain 4 life. Then they're going to get a bunch of mana if they crack the Windswept Heath now. Yep. Just getting a snow-covered forest. Eternal Witness. This is for Solitude. For Prismatic Ending. Okay. Takes out the sword. Cool. And just passes. Okay. So we could Skyclave. Take out the Omnath. Swing both at them. They get to block. Probably the Solitude. Take 1. We could Kaldra. Swing with everything. Still clear their board. Okay. Let's give it a go. Hit them with everything. All right, looks like they're blocking correctly. They're going to take 2. We do lose our Solitude this way. They pass. Renin 6, killing the Sentinel. Teferi, okay. Is this to bounce the Germ? It is. Misty Rainforest, and they're passing. Okay. Aether Vial's cool. So then let's go Skyclave. Target the Spreading Seas. Give her runes. Pass the turn there. Opponent cracks the Misty Rainforest down to 2. Being a Steam Vents tapped. Okay. Cycling the Rawgrim Triumph. We're hoping to dodge a Fury here. They do get a lot of looks at it though. Yep, worst possible one, Fury. Gets an illusion as well. Ticks up the Teferi. And then they get to Yorion the Fury, unless we draw an answer. They also get to Yorion the Teferi. That's pretty gross. All right, in the end step, Ghost Quarter our own Flagstones. Get some Plains. Let's go after the white-blue source. Opponent taps it for mana. Get ourselves a Plains. Go to our turn. Another land. Not great. Let's crack Horizon Canopy to draw. Skyclave's pretty good. It's not great, but it's pretty good. Plains, Skyclave, take out Teferi. Pass the turn there. They cycle a Rawgrim Triumph in the end step. Going to combat. Okay, let's just take it down to 13. Abundant Harvest. Okay, gets themselves a Solitude. Oh, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. It's the Triome. Just go into the end step. Okay, let's go after the red-white source. Yep, they've got a lightning bolt. That's absolutely fine. Fine. Now, let's go to our turn. Maybe we could have done that better. We could have played the Aether Vial at a different point. Well, let's run out the Aether Vial. Pass the turn there. Opponent's hard casting a Solitude. Yep. Swings in for a bunch. So 5, 8. If we don't block, let's run out Solitude. Opponent randomly has a counterspell. Cool. 5-color deck. Gross. Ugh, hate the 5-color decks. All right. Aven Mindcensor's in. Over what? I will figure that out later. Sanctifiers can come in. Same with the Burrenton Forge-Tenders. And I guess the paths. We're going pretty removal heavy. Are we keeping the taxes? They get so many lands. I don't think the taxes are all that helpful. So we'll ditch Thalia. Tempted to ditch Sentinel. What if we ditch Farmhand? Cut a Vial. Cut the Spellskites. Wisps? Yeah, it might be Wisps, because everything they have blinks, so yeah. We're not going to outblink a blink deck, so we'll cut a couple of Wisps. We'll keep 1. Run it back like that. That's wrong, let me know in the comments down below, because I don't think I've ever beaten a 5-color deck, and I would like to. Alright, let's go first this time. This is a good hand, let's keep. Horizon Canopy, give her runes, pass the turn there. Misty Rainforest, they crack it. Hallowed Fountain, untapped. Prismatic Ending again. I'm having Narm flashbacks here, guys. I think this was pretty similar to game 1. Let's play Field of Ruin, run out Stoneforge. We'll just get the Kaldra. Yep, it's an Evoked Solitude. Takes out the Stoneforge. Casts an Ephemerate. Well, we're going to Solitude their Solitude. Not letting you get all that value. They play a Steam Vents. Tapped. Let's go to our turn. Land, very nice. Let's run out Sword of Fire and Ice. Pass the turn there. Expressive Iteration. So they're digging for lands, it looks like. Would love an Esper Sentinel here. Play and crack Misty Rainforest. They exile the Teferi for the Solitude, I think. Abundant Growth on the Forest. Okay, so they have all their colors now. Let's go to our turn. All right, 1 drop, I will take it. Give her runes. Let's try and equip it. That worked. Pass the turn there. Plays Teferi. Great. Okay, just bouncing the sword, that's fine. So then let's go to combat. Attack Teferi. Let's try for a Sword of Fire and Ice. That worked. Pass the turn. I was expecting a Force of Negation, to be honest. Engineered Explosives, X equals 1. Okay, they play a Windswept Heath. Are they going to blow up their own Abundant Growth to get rid of this giver? Because I'm fine with that. Burrenton Forge-Tender. Okay, let's equip to the giver. That worked. Let's go to combat. Swing in. Come on, you got a 2-for-1 yourself. All right, so they blow up their engineered explosives. They take out their own abundant growth. We're going to run out of Burrenton Forge-Tender. Pass the turn there. Crack the Windswept Heath. Get a Ketria Triome. Okay. Feel like there's an Omnath in my future. Renin 6. Okay, a little gross. Get back Misty Rainforest. Play the Misty Rainforest. Crack the Misty Rainforest. There's another Teferi. Getting a blue source. No, it's just getting Yorion to hand. Okay. Well then. Solitude as well. Let's equip the Burrenton. Go to combat. Let's just hit them with both. So the attack and the trigger. We get to draw. We do draw another land. That's good. So now we get to run out Aether Vial, pass the turn. Prismatic Ending on my sword. Okay, that hurts. Windswept Heath back to hand. Pass to us, Aether Vial ticking up. Stoneforge for no value. Could Aether Vial it in at the end step of the next turn and then we get to put down Kaldra Batterskull? Yeah, I think I like that better. Got to keep Renin 6 in check. Hit that once. Pass the turn there. Crack the Windswept Heath. Get themselves a Plains. Renin 6 gets back the Windswept Heath. They play the Windswept Heath. Just passing. All right, let's go after that Triome. Get ourselves a Plains. Opponent has a Solitude. Okay. Takes out our Burrenton. Go to our turn. Aether Vial ticking up. Skyclave. Let's run out Skyclave. Alright, that draws out the counterspell. Pass the turn there. Crack their Windswept Heath. Temple Garden, tapped, get back their land, swing in for 3, we're going to take it. End step, Aether Vial, Stoneforge Mystic, no searching. Yeah, alright. Aether Vial can tick up then. Ghost Quarter, Solitude, opponent cycles a Triome, and they have the counterspell. Okay, so what's going to happen here is they're going to counter our Solitude, and then even if we resolve the Batterskull, they can then Yorion the Solitude, blinking our Batterskull. We can then return the Batterskull to hand, and maybe we get to resolve it. But while this is happening, there's a Renin 6 that's doing its thing, and then they're going to be able to counter every spell we play.
And what I predicted came to pass.
Well, that was terrible. I don't know how to beat this deck. I don't think I've ever beaten a 5-color deck or 4-color deck, whatever it is, Omnath piles. So if anyone knows how to, let me know. Is it just a bad matchup? Alrighty, round 4. We lost the die roll. I'm gonna keep. Opponent leads on a brushland with Loris Hardened Scales. Okay. Well, hopefully we got some tools that are good for that. Thalia's nice. Let's play Esper Sentinel. Pass. No Katakis in the board in this list, so this might be difficult. Urza's Saga. Yep. Hangerback Walker with 2 counters on it. It's already a big boy. Oh, our turn. So we got to go Ghost Quarter Farmhand so we can guarantee the 3rd land. So then we can Flickerwisp away the Hangerback Walker, or we can Brutal Cathar away something else. Just pass the turn there. Urza's Saga ticking up. Inkmoth Nexus. The Ozolith, do they pay the 1? They do. Don't want us to draw. Swinging in, well, we'll take it. There's Zabaz. Okay, let's go to our turn. So Zabaz, just rotate artifact control. And it does have modular. Okay, let's go Flagstones. Brutal Cathar here or Flickerwisp? So if we go Flickerwisp, we can take away the Hangerback Walker forever. If we go Brutal Cathar, we can take it away forever. Brutal Cathar, however, does not fly. Then we can Brutal Cathar, take away the Hangerback Walker, then Flickerwisp the Brutal Cathar and grab the Zabaz. Say that's the plan. Take out the Hangerback Walker. Bunch of counters on the Ozolith. Pass the turn there. There's the Saga doing its thing. They're tapping it for mana. Another Zabaz. Okay, well, they're legendary, so sure, you get some counters on the Ozolith. The whole modular thing happens. 3 mana, play an Inkmoth, 4 mana, Walking Ballista, X equals 2. Okay, so now it's got 3 counters on it. Ozolith puts a bunch more on it. Swing in for 6. Pings the Ambitious Farmhand. Pings the Esper Sentinel. Could block. We definitely could block. I think we're dead next turn if we don't. So let's block. They get nothing back. Go to our turn. Skyclave. So we could Skyclave the Ozolith. Die. We'd have to block. These things as well. Well, we have Ghost Quarter. So Plains, Skyclave. Just go after the Walking Ballista. That might be the play, actually. We're just going to go after the Walking Ballista. Because if they ping the Skyclave, yep, then they're only going to get 4 counters on their Ozolith. And then Walking Ballista goes away. They didn't even shoot us because they wanted the 4 counters. Okay. Well, we'll just pass the turn there. Arcbound Worker. Put a bunch of counters on the Zabaz. Okay, it's 11. It's a big dude. I'm going to take 11. Go to our turn. Plains. Flickerwisp. Target the Zabaz. Bunch of counters on their Ozolith. Pass the turn. Zabaz tries to come back. Does. Spire of Industry. Ozolith counters all go on the Arcbound Worker. Big swing from our opponent. All right, let's block the Arcbound Worker. They get Loris to hand. We're in trouble. Does Brutal Cathar help? I think we're dead. think we're dead. This is night, because it is night. Field of Ruin, maybe not. Thalia. Brutal Cathar counts as a second spell. Pass the turn. Should become day. Take out the Zabaz. Opponent's animating the Inkmoth Nexus. Okay. Arcbound Ravager. Sure. The Ozolith puts the counters on the Nexus. Sure. So let's just block the big old one. Take a bunch of en-Vec counters. Go to our turn. Stoneforge. Only have 4 lands. So then Brutal Cathar has to block the worker. All right, let's play Stoneforge. Let's get a Batterskull. Pass the turn there. For a game that's normally over very quickly, we have lasted a very, very long time. Opponent casts Loris. Yep. Casts Zabaz. Works for me. Attacks with both, so I got to block with both. Block like that. Sacrifices the Zabaz. Bunch of counters on the Ravager. All right, we're going after that Inkmoth Nexus. Get ourselves a Plains. I think, yeah, we have to keep that Ghost Quarter. Field of Ruin, and I believe that's game, because this can have flying. Yep, that'll do. All right, game 1, not fun. Bring in Paths on the Mindcensors for the Sagas. Probably not. Paths over Farmhands, I think. Run it back like that. We can keep this one. Let's play Flagstones and pass. Brush land from our opponent. They run out of Hardened Scales. Pass to us. Let's tap our Flagstones, play our Flagstones, keep our Flagstones, get ourselves a Plains, run out Stoneforge Mystic. Let's get the Kaldra here, pass the turn. Just means that if they have removal, they have to use it on the Stoneforge now. Brush land, Walking Ballista. X equals 1. Yep, that'll get rid of the Stoneforge. Stoneforge down. Pass to us. Another Flagstones. Let's tap our Flagstones. Play our Flagstones. Keep our Flagstones. Tutor up a Plains. Run out Sword of Fire and Ice. Pass the turn. Urza Saga. Animation module. Gross. The Ozolith. And another copy of Hardened Scales. Pass to us. Brutal Cathar. Let's Field of Ruin. We'll just take out that Urza Saga. Get ourselves a Plains. Pass the turn there. They just get Loris to hand. Play a Brush land. And run out as a Baz. Let's go to our turn. Aether Vial. Not really all that helpful. Let's go Ghost Quarter, Brutal Cathar, take the Zabaz. They get counters on the Ozolith. They can't pay for the animation module. Then we're going to equip the sword to the Brutal Cathar, pass the turn. Another copy of Urza Saga. That's a Loris of the Dream Den. Yeah, the extra land hurts because now that Walking Ballista is big enough to take out a lot of our stuff. So it's got the 3 counters. The Ozolith will put a bunch more on. It's not looking good. Yep. Now it's got 8 counters. They can do whatever they want with it, really. Pass to us. Solitude. Okay. Let's play the Horizon Canopy and pass then. Yep. Shooting the Brutal Cathar multiple times. Okay. You got your Zabaz back. Let's go to their turn. In response to their Saga trigger, I'm going to blow it up with Ghost Quarter. Get themselves a Forest. Running out another copy of Zabaz. Okay. Counters on the Ozolith. Animation module doing its thing. Walking Ballista's a 10-10. Another servo token. Targeting the Walking Ballista with the Ozolith. So now we're going to cast our Solitude. Target the Walking Ballista. Yep, they dome the Solitude. Looks like they're just shooting us, so the Walking Ballista goes to the graveyard. Which, I mean, fair enough. With that Loris, not sure we can beat it. Okay, shoots us down to 11. Gains no life, though. Haha! Swings in for 6. Take it down to 5. Walking Ballista. Yeesh. Okay, well, that'll probably be the game. I can't think of any sequence of draws that gets us out of this. Certainly not that. So if we take out the Walking Ballista, they just put the counters on the Zabaz, give it flying, and swing in. If we take out the Zabaz, they just put the counters on the Walking Ballista and burn us. So no real way to win here, unfortunately. Let's crack the Horizon Canopy to draw. Nope, no help. All right, terrible game. All right, final round. We've lost the die roll, and this one is for every single marble. We're trying to break even here. If we can go 3-2, I'd be happy. I'm going to keep this hand. There's no turn 1 play, but we're not going first, and we got a few 1-drops. Opponent plays a Wooded Foothills and passes. Ambitious Farmhand. Okay, well, let's lead on a Flagstones and pass. Opponent just gets a Forest, Fiery Islet, and they're passing. Icing my Flagstones. I see. It's a bit mean. Another Stoneforge isn't bad. Let's just play Flagstones. Keep the untapped one. Get ourselves a Plains. Pass the turn there. All right, so it's Cascade, I believe. Misty Rainforest, Island, Shardless Agent. They're casting the Crashing Footfalls. Fortunately, we have 2 Flickerwisps. Good removal for those. Let's go to our turn. Another Stoneforge. Okay, well, let's run out Flickerwisp number 1. Take out a Rhino. Pass the turn there. Wooded Foothills from our opponent. Swinging in. I'm going to trade with the Shardless Agent. Opponent plays another Shardless Agent. It's another Crashing Footfalls. Giver of Runes. Let's go with Ambitious Farmhand. Get the Plains. Play the Plains. They've already resolved their stuff, so I don't think Thalia is going to help. They've got enough mana anyway. So let's just Stoneforge, and we'll get a Batterskull. pass it there, and cracking the Wooded Foothills. Now, the cool thing is, maybe if we survive, we get to do some cool Flickerwisp Batterskull shenanigans. All right, they crack the Misty Rainforest, get a Stomping Ground, untapped. It's going to be a big turn for them then. 5 mana for a Fury, and that'd be the game. So against this list, I like Burrenton Forge-Tender. I like Drannith Magistrates. Skyclave's not doing a lot. It's definitely a Thalia matchup, so I don't want to bring the paths in. I have enough removal for the things. Okay, so let's cut 1 Aether Vial, a Giver of Runes, cut 2 Giver of Runes. Run it back like that. Let's go first. They definitely got us with the ice last time. All right, this is a good hand. We're keeping this. Gemstone Caverns. Opponent exiled a Fury for that. Okay, let's go Flagstones, Esper Sentinel, pass. Opponent plays a mountain, passes. Go Stoneforge, they could just have fire here, blow up our stuff. Let's go Horizon Canopy, run out the Burrenton, swing in for 1, pass the turn there. All right, opponent has the Shardless Agent, which means we're going to get to draw. Another Flagstones, not bad. Well, let's go to our turn. Drannith Magistrate. Okay, not the most timely of cards. So we're double spelling next turn. Let's play the Flagstones, keeping the Flagstones, getting ourselves a Plains. Let's just go Flickerwisp here. We're going to take out a Rhino, pass the turn there. Opponent swings in. We will take 6. We'll take 6 here, down to 13. Go to our turn. Opponent missed the land drop. All right, backup Drannith basically seals it for me here. We're going to lead on the Drannith. Opponent Violent Outbursts. We get to draw again. That is a bunch of Rhinos, though. Draw a Plains. Okay, got to run out the Stoneforge here. Got to start gaining life. Get the Batterskull. Pass the turn. Okay, opponent's evoking a Fury. Sacrifice the Burrenton Forge-Tender. Going to cast a Prismari Command. Going to kill 2 of our creatures. We do get to draw off that, so we're hoping for a Solitude here. No. Okay. Well, let's stop the Fury. Opponent gets in. So we're going to have to block 1 of these. Go down to 2. Giver of Runes, and I don't think that's going to do it. So we need to go Spellskite. Drannith? No, Spellskite, Giver. Giver of Runes, Spellskite. Pass the turn there, I guess. I just don't know how we'd ever get out of this. Opponent casts Petty Theft, and that's the game. Okay, that sucked. Alrighty, 3 Elf Taxes. What did we learn? What did we learn? Well, we did it for science, and we learned that... Well, we did it for science, and we learned that Fire and Ice is a very rude card, as we saw in the Cascade matchup. Against Hardened Scales Affinity, we learned big creatures win games. We learned that Omnath and 4-color piles are better Yorion decks than Taxes will ever be. But hey, we learned even with a bunch of 3-ofs, Taxes still beats up Tron and Burn, and I gotta be honest, I'm really happy with that. So I hope you've all enjoyed the video, and until next time, have fun.